I would like to begin with addressing the word female. What does female mean? A female is a type of gender, just as the word male, used to differentiate humans with separate-looking body parts in order to make it easier for us to classify them. However, as similar as both of the words sound, their stereotypical characteristics are completely different. Males, or as we call them, men, are traditionally known to be strong, loud, competitive, having leadership qualities, being heroic and capable, while females, or women, are known to be quiet, weak, sensitive, soft-spoken, warm, and gentle. Biologically, some of these are true. Like, we know that men have testosterone, which allows them to be physically stronger than females. Although there are many exceptions, obviously. The moment women began to show characteristics that were often related to men, like leadership, power, competitiveness, and independence, they were looked down upon in society. We live in 2021, a very fast and technological world with great advancements in society's behavior. Yet when it comes to gender equality, we seem to be stuck from generations before. A lot may argue that this is not true, and that women do have equal rights as men now. However, I would like to present some facts that will help you think otherwise, and that will show you the reality of how women are perceived in today's so-called modern society. Let us start with pay gap. Statistically proven by payscale.com, women tend to earn less in comparison to men, even though they may have the same job profile. In 2020, the median salary for women was roughly 19% less than of men, which is a 2% improvement from 2019 and a 7% improvement from 2015. We still have a long way to go. Now, this pay gap is present in many fields, such as surgeons or doctors in general, athletes, the business industry, accountants, lawyers, and etc. And it exists in about 113 countries, which includes the mighty USA, UK, Canada, South Korea, France, Indonesia, where we are now, and India, where I am from. The biggest gender pay gap in the United States exists among physicians and surgeons. According to a new jobless analysis of median salary data, male physicians and surgeons make $43,000 more than their female counterparts. Now, a lot of people can think of reasons why this is valid, but there is only one reason that can explain such a large difference in pay, and that is discrimination against women. If we choose to accept and reward the hard work any human does, regardless of their gender, then the world would be a better place. This just makes me realize that no matter how much harder than a man I work, I will get paid less and my value will be lost. Why? Because I'm a woman. Women are often known to be weak because apparently they are more sensitive than men. But what our society fails to recognize is that being manly does not mean not showing any emotions. In fact, I can guarantee you that men are just as sensitive as women. You know, my brother was told when he was simply just 6 that if he cries again, he will be asked to wear a skirt to school. Can you believe it? Why are we basing emotions on gender? And why is a man wearing a skirt such a taboo? The problem with gender is that it shows us how we should be behaving rather than being who we already are. Now let us move on to education systems. Worldwide, nearly 1 in 4 girls between the ages of 15 to 19 are neither employed nor in education or training in comparison to 1 in 10 boys. The difference is huge, whether you want to accept it or not. Standing here, I can say that I am lucky that I have been given the opportunity to learn and be educated so that I can secure my own future. But just because I have this luxury, it does not mean that I can overlook the fact that the majority of girls my age do not have the same option. People living in poverty tend to choose to educate the boy instead of the girl, because automatically the boy is worthier. Now, when the girls speak up and do something about it, the society tells them, go sit down and be obedient instead. Now, mind you, I am still talking about the people who have kept these conservative thoughts about girls just as their ancestors had. But what are the girls really doing wrong? They are simply asking for what now is a necessity for survival. Is it really wrong to ask to be educated? When you educate a man, you educate just one person. But when you educate a woman, you educate the entire family. We are living in the world where there's, we are expanding, we are growing, yet still women are not as educated as men. Why is it like that? Why is it only us girls? Why us and why not them? Why not choose the one who can actually succeed instead of directly choosing the boy? Just because certain things were considered correct in the past does not mean that it is correct now. And we should not excuse people who have conservative thoughts about girls. Just because we do not see a certain thing happening right before our eyes does not mean it doesn't exist. Now let me ask you a question. After all the facts that I have presented, can you really deny that gender inequality does not exist? I am a feminist, and I have been a feminist for as long as I can remember. The issue with being a feminist in this era is that it is now denoted as women over men. And many people believe that feminism is women overpowering men. But what they forget is that the very definition of feminism is demanding equality for all sexes and genders, and not the exploitation of men by women, as what many educated people think so. Feminism is not hating men. Feminism is merely demanding equality, even for men. The reason why a lot of people today do not want to be identified as feminists is because men who have felt threatened have spread this false belief of what feminism actually is. Feminism is not hating men. I repeat, it isn't hating men. Men can be feminists too. Anyone can be a feminist, as long as their belief stands that all sexes and genders deserve equal, I repeat, equal rights. The reason why I'm standing here talking so much about women's rights is because I have faced a lot of criticism for my belief and stance in life. In fact, I have even been shamed for not fitting into these stereotypical boxes of how a woman should be. There's this person who I know who called me out for wearing short clothes, saying that, why do you wear such short shorts? I felt so incredibly uncomfortable and insecure because of him. I used to feel safe around him, thinking that he was my friend. And for him to go around and say such things made me realize I can't even be safe around the people that I trust. Wherever I go, I am told I have to be safe, vigilant, and cover myself up, because I never know what danger awaits me. That feeling of being frightened and not knowing what can happen the next minute just because of the clothes I wear is so damaging. I can assure you right here, right now, that so many of us have faced criticism for our short clothes because it is considered inviting. I can guarantee you that many of us have been scared to go out alone at night, especially when we see a shitty man. I think that that feeling just cannot be described in words, It's so incredibly scary to feel this way. It just cannot be simply put in words the way we all females feel. I had seen this video on Instagram a couple of months ago of these reporters who were interviewing people in India, my hometown, which unfortunately is one of the countries with a lot of gender discrimination, regardless of people's social status. In this video, school children said things that disgust me until now. To put it in simple words, they said that if a girl wears short clothes, she's asking for it. But if a boy wears it, it is fine. They said a smile is inviting. A smile, something that we use to express our joy, is now the cause of destruction for so many women out there. Now mind you, these are school children being taught in such mentality. So if you still tell me that gender discrimination does not exist, I tell you, open your eyes and you will find it yourself. I had asked my friends whether they would want to go alone at night, and not to my surprise, all of them answered no. And believe me, their main reason was men. Now we know it is not all men, and I will give you an ideology I had heard to explain this. Now keep this in a separate fragment of your mind, okay? 1 in 6 women get raped. Now let's say if I give you a gun on the street, and there are 6 slots in it. I ask you to put a bullet in any one of these slots and play Russian roulette with it on your head. You have 1 in 6 chance that the bullet goes through you. Will you do it? No, because it is risky. Now think, it is not all men we have trouble with, but it is enough to make us very all men. I'm standing here and all I can think is that the way we feel is not justified. We shouldn't feel this way. We shouldn't be scared for our lives. We shouldn't be always so vigilant when we're going out in the streets. And men, they just go whenever they want and they don't have to worry as much as us. It's not fair. It really isn't. We should teach equality at a very early age, because young children can get influenced easily and can influence others as they grow older. We should teach our children of how strong women are and how they tolerate so much in life without any complaints. Do you ever see a mother complaining about how hurtful it was to give birth to her child? No. Instead, she thanks the universe for her child, loves them, and would never go back and change the decision she made to keep her child. We women need to stick together, support each other, and understand our self-worth together. We are a team, and we are not competing against each other. We are competing against injustice. A woman is more powerful than you think, and to some, she may be a threat, but to others, she is a real inspiration. Every woman or girl who is present here, you deserve a life filled with success and opportunities, so do not hide back from it. Do not be scared, and do not let anyone treat you like a doormat. You go do what you want, dress how you want, and speak up for what you believe in, because I see you and I will stand with you. Do not let any man take advantage of you and treat you any less than who you are. You are a woman. Be proud of it, because you wouldn't want to be any different. I would like to end with a quote said by Louise Brealey. I hope the women who believe in the equality for all the sexes and consider themselves a supporter of fair chance for all the genders now don't take it as being offensive if someone calls themselves as a feminist. After all, feminism is all about equality, and if you believe in fairness and equality for all the sexes and genders, then you must not hate feminism. Say it proudly. I am a feminist, and I believe in gender equality. Thank you.